Hello, everyone. Ready to roll? All right. So thank you guys for joining us today. I'm extremely pleased with my group. The ladies have been resilient all year. They've shown some tenacity, some grit, and what it means to be a Hokie and a student athlete here at Virginia Tech. The run we've been on has been tremendous. It's taken a lot of hard work and discipline and a professional mentality from the team. So we're extremely proud of the players, the staff, and the group overall. So looking at our run, looking at the teams we've played this season, the wins we've earned, beaten the two past national champions, during the season. One of them Florida State, UCLA. And then this past weekend just was a culmination of the effort and the determination from this group. So proud of the group and excited for the opportunity at Duke this weekend. Yes.
You guys didn't see? Oh, I can use the mic. Sorry. Okay. You guys didn't see Duke during the regular season, but they're in the conference. I mean, you've played them in the past. What do you expect to see from them on Saturday?
Well, Duke's a very difficult team to play. I think they've had a tremendous year. They're a special team. They're senior laden with some graduate students as well, so they're experienced. But they've had a tremendous year. So they can score goals. They're attacking minded. I think they're leading the nation in goals scored. They're the overall #1 seed in the tournament. And I know that they're playing for a successful year. And this is Robbie's last year as well. So he announced his retirement before the season. So they've got a lot going on at Duke down there, and they've had a special season. So, we know we're going to have to play our A game, be organized defensively and be able to handle some of their offensive powers. But, we're going to have to come and play, So we're excited for that opportunity. Playing in our conference prepares us for this games, when we play Carolina, Florida State, all the different top teams. So we're excited for it.
Without Taylor over in Los Angeles, you showed your depth by being able to get goals from other players. And how critical has that been this year to find scoring, not from your star, but to be able to have it across the board and be able to find it in different ways to be able to get the 1 goal, 2 goals that they're the difference? Well,
I think any good team, you have multiple people that can step up and be stars, And I think losing Taylor last week was difficult for us. It was hard overall just because of her going down at training on Monday and the mental side of it for our group. But we were able to focus on the group that could play and how we can move forward. And Taylor handled everything like a champ and was with us, supporting us on the road as well. So that was disappointing for us and sad for the group. But we had to move forward and focus on the games on the weekend. And the ladies did a good job of that. Next player stepped up, and Natalie Mitchell's been somebody game in, game out, who's put herself into situations where she can score goals, and she was able to do that in the last couple of NCAA games. And then Georgie stepping up, and her determination and grit in the play continued to create opportunities for us. So it's nice to get multiple people to score, and that's something that's been the strength of the team overall this year.
Do you expect Taylor back?
No, Taylor won't be back this year, unfortunately. So she's out with a knee injury, and we'll get her ready for next year.
The fact that you were able to go across the country and beat 2 really good Big Ten teams without her, how much confidence does that now have that you can slide in whoever you need and however you want to see your formation and say, hey, we might be down someone, but we still have a quality 11 that we can put out there?
Well, I think it did show our depth. I think we were tested, and you can see our kids on the sideline as we play. We've had some injuries over the year. It's just normal for teams when you go through such a long season. But I think it showed the quality of our depth and quality of the commitment to the team, and the team aspect, and the ladies that are willing to step up. We played 2 different formations against 2 completely different type of teams on the weekend, and we were extremely pleased to get the results from the weekend for sure. So.
Coach, any highs or lows that you feel like the girls kind of went through and overcame, especially now being a part of the Elite 8?
Well, I think over the season, we talk about the season being a short, long season, if that makes sense. It's only a 3-month season, 4-month season, and we kind of get every extreme of emotions throughout the year, ups, downs, and challenges throughout the year. And I think the highs, lows, things like that we've experienced. So I think, when you look at it, for us, it was a lot of different moments. We had a couple of big wins. I think the Florida State win, showing that we can come back against a quality team, in such a short time, I think really lifted the confidence of the kids, and they understood that they can do anything, first of all. I think we went to NC State on the road and didn't get a result. We were hoping for a result, and, we had a chat after the game, and the girls would probably say it was a little bit of a negative chat, but it was trying to just be realistic to the ladies about where we're at, and we were in a very good spot if we could push through the season and continue to, bring in what we had against Florida State and some other matches. And the ladies responded, and they did that well at Notre Dame. So going on the road and beating a good Notre Dame team who's had a tremendous year, I think that also kind of built into the feather in the caps of the ladies and built their confidence as they got into the season. And going in to play UCLA, I think, first of all, Tennessee here, first of all, getting a result at home at Thompson Field in front of Hokie Nation was awesome. And I think we had a sellout crowd and a tremendous environment at home. So that also continue to build the girls' confidence. And going out to UCLA, where we had probably more fans in the stands, or maybe more vocal fans, out there in California, was great for us. And that kind of built the ladies' confidence as they went through the game as well. So there's been a lot of different moments, ups and downs, that have kind of built our group. And we're embracing who we are and how we can play together as a group.
You look at the way the bracket falls, you have a unique opportunity to go down to North Carolina. You beat Duke and Durham, you get to make a return trip back to Cary. Is it a mindset of, hey, we want to make 2 trips to North Carolina here within the Elite 8 and the Final Four?
Well, I think definitely the Final Four is in the back of our mind, but we've got a big challenge with Duke. So we're worried about Duke right now, and it's kind of the one game at a time, kind of mentality is what we need. And, we'll worry about that next trip to Cary if it happens and when it happens, and, if we can get the result against a good Duke team. Go ahead. Anything for Zoom?
On Zoom, please use the raise hand feature to ask questions for Coach Adair. Please also state your name and outlet before your question. And we'll start with David, please.
Hi, Chugger. David Cunningham, Tech Sideline. Thanks for taking the time to do this, and also congratulations on advancing so far. I wanted to start with the back line. Shutout against UCLA, 11th of the year. I know you guys have used some different people back there all season, but the continuity seems to stay the same. What have you liked so much about how Lauren and everybody on that back line have performed so consistently this year?
Yeah, well, I think the back line has been tested throughout the season, and I think no more than this past weekend. Both Iowa and UCLA were good attacking teams. Starting at the back line with Lauren Hargrove, I mean, she's been very consistent and solid at the back. I think she was challenged against UCLA, but she was in the right spot and rose to the occasion, throughout the game, which was tremendous for us. Made a couple good saves against Iowa as well, but she's been somebody who's been a consistent performer and very difficult to beat on the back line, so that's been important. You add in there, you've got Georgie, Kylie, Ali Lewis, and Eden. There's some tenacious players there who've bought into what they need to do. Like I said, we played a couple of different systems over the weekend. One game we played with 4 defenders. The other game we played with 3. So we've been able to bounce around a little bit with what we felt we needed to do, and they've been tremendous. I think Georgie's been able to get up and down that flank and put herself into the space where she can be dangerous, scoring goals, set pieces. She's a target as well and dangerous there. Kylie, playing her first significant minutes of the season, and she started every match for us. So, she's learned and grown as the season's gone, and been somebody that's been difficult to break down for the opposition. Add in Ali Lewis with her experience, and she's been in and out of the lineup over her time, but she's been successful with it, which has been awesome. And then I think a fan favorite from what I hear from people is Eden Skyers with her effort and her tenacious tackles, and her ability to put herself up and down the flank has been fun for us. So it creates a good balance of athleticism and experience on the back line. So we're excited for that group for sure.
You mentioned Allie, George. Obviously, she scored the game winner for you guys this past weekend against Iowa. What has she meant to you guys? I guess just that veteran presence at right back, and she scored 3 game winners. Seems like she's really getting up and contributing more to the attack than she has in the last couple of years.
Yes, I mean she's been tremendous. I mean, I know you mentioned some of the things on the field she's done, but you look at both her and Sophie Maltese, our captains, and they've done a good job of keeping the group motivated in the right direction. And dealing with all the different things we've dealt with over the years or over the year for sure, right? Ups and downs, and they've kind of helped keep the players in the right mental state and pushing them, as well as the coaching staff and kind of dealing with that and kind of been our intermediaries with the group, so they've done a lot of that as well. But on the field, you've got Georgie who's committed in what she's doing. I think she's always willing to put in the work, get up and down the flank, covers a lot of ground, and has good athleticism and personality that comes out through her play, which we love. She scored some big goals for us, both on set pieces and then, got the goal the other day, which was a nice second effort on a cross, which proved the difference on the day. So she's been tremendous and, somebody who we love having on the field for us.
Thanks, Chugger. Best of luck Saturday.
Thanks, Dave.
We'll go to Javier next, please.
Hey, Chugger, congrats on the wins this past weekend. I was talking after the Tennessee game to you about the double pivot partnership of Lauren Gogol and Emma Pelkowski. And on the topic of defense, how important have they been to the success defensively over the past 3 games?
They've been awesome there. I think Gogol had a slow start to the season. She was earned minutes as the season went and got herself more healthy. And her and Pelkowski are just blue collar workers in the middle, stabilizers that protect our back line, committed to do the work as needed. Gogol's got the presence in the air where she can battle and commit herself to winning some of those 50-50 challenges. And then Pelkowski covers so much ground, putting herself all around the field in her tackling and her ability to play out. So they've been tremendous because they protect those back four and protect Hargrove. So been wonderful to have them be so combative and be so bought into getting the results and determined through their play. So been awesome to have them play that type of style.
And the lineup's been pretty defensive with them obviously starting every game so far this season, and it's been very effective so far. But how do you balance that going up against Duke, a team that hasn't conceded a goal yet this season, try to get that goal offensively?
Well, I think for us, it's a balance. We've got to figure out how to limit the potent attack that Duke has going forward, and then also try to expose them at the back and keep them on their toes on the defensive side of it. So we're going to try to make sure that we get a good lineup together and ability to transition forward and test their back line a bit. So we've seen that teams that can do that are able to unbalance the back line a little bit. So we're going to try to do that and see what happens. I think we've got some capable players. When you look at Anna Weir, Sarah Rosenbaum, Natalie Mitchell, Taylor Lewin, Sam de Guzman, those kids can come in and attack, anybody in the country, we think.
Yeah, and I misspoke. I meant to say they haven't conceded a goal in the tournament so far, but thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Got time for a couple more questions. We'll go to Connor next, please.
Hey, Coach. Conor Maran from Sports Illustrated. You mentioned that before playing Tennessee, you guys watched the game film from Ohio State from a couple years ago. As you guys have gone further in the tournament, what have you been doing to keep the team motivated?
Well, I think for us, it's important to try everything. I think going on the West Coast, I think going to play UCLA and some of the teams that we've played, I mean, we've talked about playing with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. We're in the Elite Eight, and not one of our kids were acknowledged in the ACC, first, second, or third team. I think that has a little bit of a thorn in our side. I think that's a little frustrating for us, as a group. I think that the players deserve more than what they've received and what they've, because I think they've earned it. So that's a chip on our shoulder, and we talk about that a little bit, and we've been able to step out and prove that. Now you go on you mentioned, showing the video from the Ohio State game a few years ago where we were successful at Thompson Field. That was an opportunity for us to motivate the ladies. Then when we went on the road, we had tremendous support from our nutrition staff, our medical staff, where we put together a plan that can kind of help our ladies transition to the East Coast, from the East Coast to the West Coast. So we were working on some of that sleep and eating and, hydration and some of that acclimating ourselves to the West Coast, and I think they did a good job there. I also feel that, playing in the big games is when we've been able to step up. Playing a top team like UCLA was able to build our confidence and, just continue to play with more of that chip on our shoulder type of mentality. So grind and determined play. So.
All right, great. Thank you.
We'll take one final question on Zoom. We'll go to Miles next, please.
Hey, Coach. Miles Jordan, Tech Lunch Pail. I talked to Natalie Mitchell after the Tennessee game, and she mentioned how she had a lot of opportunities the entire season, but wasn't able to get a lot of them to fall. And then in the Tennessee game, she ended up having the game winner and did the same thing against UCLA. And in the Iowa game, she led the team in shots. Actually led the game in shots. Can you just speak a little bit about maybe her confidence as the season's kind of progressing, especially through the tournament, where she's able to just kind of put the ball in net and just really, really kind of take advantage of every opportunity that she's been getting?
Well, I think when you look at Natalie, she's scored some big goals for us in her career and over time. And I don't think there's a game that we've had that she hasn't put herself in a position where she can score goals. That's most important. I think, you're not going to take every goal as a player, but, I think she's put herself in positions to score game in, game out, which has been awesome for us. I think she's pretty hard on herself if she doesn't take the chances, but, we've got to remember that she's got the ability to put herself in those moments and to change games for us, and she just keeps doing that. As long as she keeps getting chances, we're happy, and she'll take her fair share of those chances as she's shown she can do. So we've been really pleased with her effort and her impact on our group, not just this year but over time. So we just have to look at that and just keep getting her those chances because she's creating them. And the Iowa goalkeeper made a great save in the game on an opportunity late in the second half that Natalie had, and she continued to kind of build from that. But she was always dangerous, and she's consistently dangerous going forward. So we love that about Natalie.
Definitely. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations again, and good luck this Saturday.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you.
We're good.